church. The left side of the altar is brightly illuminated. On the wall above is a famous bust of the bard, quill in hand, gazing serenely at the crowd of pilgrims. On the floor beneath, surrounded by bouquets of flowers, at the very spot where Delia Bacon lost her mind, the gravestone of William Shakespeare bears this dire warning. Good friend, for Jesus' sake, forbear to dig the dust enclosed here. Blessed be the man who spares these stones, and cursed be he that moves my bones. Every year, 3 million pilgrims arrive from every nation on earth to approach this stone and consider the likeness of a man whose body of work can only be described as awesome. By contrast, the right side of the altar is dark and featureless. Nobody of any consequence is buried there. The only point of interest is a wooden case of simple design, carved of dark oak. Inside the case, sealed beneath a thick sheet of glass, lies a large open book. A plaque on the case identifies this book as a first edition of the King James Bible, published in 1611, when Shakespeare was 46. Not many pilgrims visit this side of the altar. Most of those that do simply glance at the book, read the plaque, and move along. A few, more observant, note that the Bible happens to be opened to a page in the Old Testament, the book of Psalms, chapter 46. No explanation is given for this particular choice of pages. For the initiated, none is necessary. If you are of inquisitive bent, if you are intrigued by English history and literature, if you value your peace of mind, cover your ears now. In the year 1900, a scholar noticed something about the King James translation of Psalm 46. Something terrifying, something wonderful. The 46th word from the beginning of Psalm 46 is shake. The 46th word from the end is spear. There are only 2 possibilities here. Either this is the finest coincidence ever recorded in the history of world literature, or it is not. The Earth revolves around only one sun and has only one moon. The moon happens to be 400 times smaller than the sun. The sun happens to be 400 times farther away. And the apparent paths of the moon and sun in our sky happen to intersect exactly twice every month. Which means that every now and then, at long yet precisely predictable intervals, the lunar disk slips across the face of the sun and just barely conceals it for a few wonderful, terrible minutes. A fine coincidence, no? In June of 1977, a little man with divergent eyes and a talent for mischief ascended a hilltop in the British village of Ampthill. At the summit of this hill is a tall, slender cross, a memorial to Catherine of Aragon, the first wife of Henry VIII. The sun, high in the south, cast the shadow of the cross upon the grassy hillside. At exactly 12 noon, the man removed from his pocket a bar magnet. He turned the magnet so its north pole was facing south, and buried it under the shadow of the cross. 2 years later, a few hours before the publication of his first book, the man returned to that hillside, this time in the dead of night. He used a compass to locate the magnet he had buried. In that same place, he dug a hole in the ground and placed inside a ceramic container inscribed with the following words: "I am the keeper of the jewel of masquerade, which lies waiting safe inside me for you or eternity."
And after 1 hour, that puzzle is validated. Yes, welcome back to what is probably the final video in this absolutely brilliant series. Yep, there's your rounded end right there on what is the most amazing hidden puzzle in this entire game. Right. Well, after all of that, all that's left to do is head back to that very first castle from the very first video, and reveal the real ending to this game. First thing to do, go through all these underground tunnels. This is the one from the windmill. Yes, yeah. If you remember that from many videos ago. Here it is. Right. So before we close out this series, I do want to go back to all of these pillars just to verify that I found all hidden puzzles apart from the very last one. I'm gonna hope that's just about everything. Yeah, yep. This is the last hidden puzzle right here. Yeah. That's the only one indicated. So we'll just go back to the other pillars. Just make sure. Yep. That one's silver. So they've all been discovered. Across this bridge. There's one pillar over here. Okay, yep, I can see it right there. That pillar is silver. So all the hidden ones there have been discovered, which is good because most of the puzzles on this pillar were in the mountain. That's good. Okay. Another pillar was over here next to this castle. Yep. That's silver. That's completed. And we will check the forest over here. Yep. That's silver. And then we'll just double check the one that's in the desert. There it is, right there. Right. Now that I've verified all of that, we are on our way back to where it all started many months ago. Right to the starting castle. Alright, panel right there. Okay, so I need to reactivate that flap. Right, so I got to resolve this maze with the bottom exit there. Good. Everything is open. And this is where we insert the solution that we got from the box in the underground passage. So we had 3 triangles at this square, 2 triangles at this square, and 1 triangle at this square. So let's see. So I do this. So that's 3 there. I've got 2 here and 1 here, and that should do it. Yes, it did. We have re-electrified the gate. So now I can line up the sun on that. And now we can activate the last hidden environmental puzzle of this game. Oh, look at that. As I get closer to the end, the screen is shaking violently. And hit the end. And boom, and look at that. This is the other big secret of the game. Not just the music box challenge in the hidden passage, but this. So now you can see why this had to be saved for last, because if I had activated this hidden puzzle earlier, then I would have had no way into the rest of the game. I'd be stuck going through this hidden hallway. And you see I'd have no way to unactivate this because the puzzle disappeared from this panel. So let's head through here. Let's see what we got. Well, this looks like the lobby to some exotic hotel. We see some more of these little voice recorders here. All of the voice recorders in this hidden end game just a narration of the credits of the game. Producers, graphic designers, etc., 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 all the way to the voiceover artists. And look at this. Nice view of the entire mountain from all the way over here. Yeah. Yeah. This entire building. Yeah. Could never see it when we were looking up from any of these positions here on the island. But just that one little activation of that electrified gate, and this entire location suddenly appears. So yeah, a couple of pretty familiar names did voiceover work in this game. We didn't really get to hear them because we had skipped all of the lectures and stuff. So one of the familiar actors who did some work in this game was Phil Lamar, who some of you might remember from his days as a cast member of the original Mad TV on the Fox network in the 1990s. And another person who did voiceover work on this game was none other than the queen of voiceovers, Ashley Johnson, who has done voiceovers for hundreds of video games over the years. And older people like me remember Ashley Johnson back when she was a child actress playing Chrissy Seaver on the sitcom Growing Pains. So there's another beautiful little waterfall. Remember? Aha. And see, there's some of that underground passage. Yeah, matter of fact, that's the walkway from the Music Box Challenge. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so let's go through all this cave stuff here. Okay, we got some more water running. So, there's the record player over there. And record player over there. It's a little unusual. Now we're on the left side, we see the record player. We're on the right side, we see the record player. That kind of violates every law of Euclidean geometry there. So, well... Anyway, okay, we got a painting here. Couple of doggies. Lots of wine bottles. More wine bottles. We've got the upper deck of this resort. And now from the upper deck of this resort, we're seeing a completely different part of the island. So yeah, this completely breaks all laws of physics here. Anyway, so yeah, got some more wine bottles here. Long desk. These screens are not working, which is probably a good thing, especially since we had all the closed circuit thing going on when we got into the mountain. It was a little bit unsettling. Anyway, let's just keep going down this corridor. Some luggage. Some more luggage and more seats. Another look at the... Oh, yeah. Now we got a full view of the island. Yeah, now we're all the way up here. Yeah. So, yeah, far cry from the electrified gate, which is right here. So, yeah. Like I said, we've completely broken all laws of physics here. and geometry and all that. Okay. Another television not working. Come down here and... Ooh. Well, now... We've, we seem to have entered another dimension here. Where everything just kind of falls apart. Keep going. This floating walkway. Yeah. Lights that seem to be hanging from absolutely nothing. Lots of floating leaves and flowers. Ooh, we got some floating puzzle panels. Oop. And then suddenly we got rooms lighting up as we pass by them. More panels. Ooh. Ooh, look at this. We can solve this one. Ooh, and it opens up the lights. We got... Little home office. Interesting. Got a guy here on the couch. Sleeping or dead. Some more floating plants and rocks and all that. And now we're in another void. Keep going. Yeah, listen to the footsteps. They're getting... deeper now. Now the footsteps have faded away as we go into whatever fresh hell this is. A green void. Floating buoy. Or floating plants. Oh, we've got a floating human body over here. That is. And yep, I see the walkway is starting to dissipate, and oh, look at that. An archway suddenly pops up out of nowhere. But there's nothing on the other side of the archway. So do we dare go through? What happens? This is like a black hole where we just get spaghettified and torn apart and disappear into oblivion, or what? Well, here goes nothing. Well, we're still alive. Ooh, we have light. Hey, we're in real life. We're not in a video game anymore. Computer. Guy on a sofa with a sheet. Hey, this looks a little familiar. This is the scene we just saw a minute ago. The guy with the sheet over his face and his body. Oh, he's detaching some type of equipment from his body. Oh, heart monitor, brain monitor, stuff like that, seems like. So it makes you think, did he just dream this entire game? Sort of like the last episode of Newhart, where Bob Newhart dreamed the entire series and actually end up back on the Bob Newhart show with Suzanne Pleshette. Looks like a bunch of computer code there on the TV. A piss jar there, which is both funny and a little painful because he probably stuck that tube up his wee-wee catheter type. He's walking around. Whoop, and down he goes. I think he's having a tough time readjusting to the real world here. Yeah, seems his legs have fallen asleep too. Some more computer code. Clay model of one of the statues that we saw during the game. Don't know why I knocked around a bunch of coins. Christmas tree. There's a puzzle there on the wall. It's got one of those upside down lines. There's more puzzles. Restroom. Got some more puzzles on the wall. Yeah, so some of the many puzzles we've seen throughout the series. Oh, there's one of those twisty panels from inside the mountain. Those really obnoxious ones that had me going crazy. Cookie. They didn't like the broken cookies, so he's gonna eat the unbroken cookie. And doesn't eat the other half. Sounds. Presumably inspiration for those sound puzzles that we heard in the bamboo jungle. Well, outside we go. Okay. Still getting accustomed to reality here. Zen garden. Yeah. Just gonna sit and look around, contemplate. No, he's gonna lay down again, it looks like. And back to sleep he goes. Dreaming himself right back into the game. Fantastic. Well, there we go. That was an interesting little Easter egg there, wasn't it? Yeah, very bizarre, but, you know, always fun to try to find those little Easter eggs and share them with the international audience. Well, that is going to do it for this entire series of The Witness. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I shall, well, see you around for something else in the future. I don't know what yet. One of the most anticipated video games is about to come out. Well, let's see. At the time of my recording this, it's going to be coming out in a few days. It's going to be coming out on June 5th. It's going to be the fourth installment of the very popular video game Diablo, a game that I've been playing for over 20 years. Diablo 4 has been like 6-7 years in the making. So, yeah, it's finally going to be released. And, well, I may do a series on Diablo 4. We'll see about that. Until whenever, this has been OG Russ Hood. Take care, and goodbye.